I got my new starter installed, so I figured I'd let you hear a cold start with it in here. It's a whole lot quieter than my original starter was. Let's check it out. This is my original starter from our million mile Accord. So 2003 Honda Accord, currently has just over 1,055,000 miles on it. I swapped the starter out this past week because it had been acting up the past several weeks. So this starter lasted for 22 years and over 1,054,000 miles. So it started acting up where I would go to start it. My battery is perfectly fine, but it just wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't click, wouldn't crank or anything like that. Sometimes you can get away with tapping on the solenoid. So I did that a few times to get it to go, but it finally just gave up. So this one is a junkyard car starter. It's from a 2004 Acura TL. Got it from eBay, LKQ parts. So the starters for these 6.6 Accords, or the V6 with a 6-speed, these are specific to these cars. So I don't have a whole lot of options or anything like that. Yeah, I could get one from a parts store, but online, the people on DA that post a lot say that the parts store starters are pretty much junk. So this original Honda starter by Mitsuba really lasts a long time. So I got the exact same thing. It's hard to see down in there, but I cleaned it up before I put it in there. Let's see, right down there. Pretty easy swap on the V6. Just disconnected the battery, got the battery out of the way and make it a little bit easier. There's a wire to unplug on the back here. The positive battery cable hooks up to it. You can tell it's a junkyard starter because they just cut stuff when they pull off cars. And then you have the 2 starter mounting bolts. You got one there and one right there. All right, so got a few tools here. As is customary with this car, I like to post about how long I get, how much usage I get out of my parts. So this one's very interesting because it's the original starter. So just a few things here to take it apart. That's just in case I need to give it a little convincing to separate. So before I get into this too much, I'll show you these screwdrivers here. So the screws on the Accord, they're not Phillips. They're actually JIS, called Japanese Industrial Standards. So here's a standard Phillips head screwdriver. And this is the JIS screwdriver. So I figured I'd just show you on the screws here. So this one goes in there, but it's pretty loose, doesn't really sit in there well. The JIS one, however, nice and tight. So got this set off of Amazon. I don't get a whole lot of stuff off of eBay or Amazon, but the listing for the starter and the screwdrivers there did come from those places. All right, so I'll try to set up the best I can here for you so you can see it. Not a whole lot to take apart on these things. Got a couple 8mm bolts here, and then 12mm there, and then just a few screws. So let's see what we get here. I figure it might be interesting to try to see what it looks like inside just because of all the usage that the thing had. Just a couple more screws here and that is it. One little screw there. There we go. I exposed a couple screws in here. There we go. Just need a little convincing. Okay, got that final screw loose. A little convincing. All right. Okay, I guess you don't get inside the solenoid then without destroying it. You can definitely tell it's got a lot of wear. Yeah, the new starter's a whole lot quieter, and it's a whole lot more quiet than this one. As you can imagine, the bearings are pretty rough. Okay, well. Let's take a look, see what it looked like inside.